Let's talk about laws, specifically betting laws. Should betting be illegal? And if you make it illegal, does it make it more dangerous and more likely to be done?
Joining us today to talk about betting laws and taxes is all-time legend, Chelsea.
Hi. So nice to be back.
So, Chelsea,
Yes.
you have to tell us, why are gambling ads so damn sexy?
And more importantly, how do we make anti-gambling ads more sexy?
I agree. And when you put them side by side, you can really see how powerful advertising can be. Companies like Sportsbet can invest a lot of money into their advertisement, which provokes feeling of how fun and how cool and how easy it is to place a bet.
You can place a bet on almost anything, anytime, anywhere.
You can place a novelty bet on Sportsbet about the end of the world.
Really, that's next level. But see, there's something for everyone. And you can understand why it draws people in. The ads are colourful, they're fun, and it really makes you feel like you're in the game that you're placing a bet on.
Oh, hey, you're making me want to place a bet.
Exactly. They are powerful, and you can see how easy it is for someone who's struggling with an addiction to get trapped into it, especially because of the easy access to gambling through casinos, TABs, or even our phone. It's more accessible than ever before, and especially to those low-income groups. Did you girls know that 30 cents in every dollar gambled goes to public revenue?
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So that's 30% of the dollar. So it's actually a really decent chunk.
Yeah, and 80% of that money comes from heavy gamblers. So that means that up to a third of our 4 billion gambling taxes made comes from gambling addicts and their families. When you look at the anti-gambling ads that are made by the government, they show the darker side of the addiction. So there are some good intentions there, but really we need to think about the benefits that the government is reaping from this, the taxes that are placed on these dollars.
Wait, sorry, how much money does the government make from these ads?
$4 billion a year.
And does any of that money go into programs for prevention or for help with gambling?
That's such a great question. And I actually spoke to Emily Ryan, who's a health promotion officer who has worked in the area of gambling prevention and sport. Here's what she had to say.
My name is Emily and I work in the area of health promotion. The program grant I was working on was the Love the Game, Not the Odds program, which is funded by the Victorian Responsible Gambling Foundation. The program aims to remove the stigma around gambling and sport and being able to start those conversations and denormalising gambling being a large part of the sporting industry. The funding for the Love the Game, Not the Odds program is through the Victorian Responsible Gambling Foundation, and each year they have a grants round for either community organisations or community sporting clubs to apply to be a part of the program. And through this program, each sporting club receives the opportunity to have an information session run at their club, which is tailored to suit the needs of that club, and also opportunity to have a Love the Game round within the club to promote within communities. It definitely opened my eyes up to the industry, and I got a lot greater understanding of the harm that gambling does have within our local communities, but also the importance of a program like this so that we can talk about it.
But
Oh, there's always a but.
Always.
we have to keep in mind that gambling taxes are increasingly important to our Australian state governments. They're more reliant on revenues than ever before due to the demands of their budgets.
All that whining and dining to decide on policies, it's very expensive.
As Emily mentioned before, I see a lot of sports stars actually end up becoming mascots for Sportsbet. How do you think this influences people's choices in gambling?
Yeah, exactly, like Nathan Brown.
Yeah, he used to be the golden boy of football. And now the question is, should he be using all that influence he has for something other than gambling?
So how popular is sports betting and what are the laws around this?
And what can the government do better?
Yeah, sports betting is really popular. And there are laws around this, but the government can do a little bit better. They can invest in training of gambling venue staff so that they're able to recognise problem gamblers and give them the appropriate advice to manage situations.
Yeah, I would say that money raised from gambling should be distributed amongst disadvantaged communities. This is, after all, where gambling venues are preferentially located.
We also carry our phones everywhere, so why not use social media to get some of these problem gambling messages and campaigns directly targeted to those affected?
And so how can we help people and where can they seek support?
Yeah, there are many avenues for information and resources. The Victorian Responsible Gambling Foundation is a great support for people affected by gambling harm.
So much to think about.
Thank you for joining us today, Chelsea.
No worries, I'll catch you next time.